I thought it was supposed to be like the Army.
It comes as the Trump administration is targeting not only drug smugglers.
You are now the 51st state. Okay? The first order of business, y'all motherfuckers got to learn.
Well, Nostradamus, but you called it bit last night. At
Venezuela. Y'all will pray for y'all, man. Trump about to fuck y'all niggas up.
He called it last night before it happened.
Yo, ain't we so lucky? We in the United States of America, bro. You imagine, like, a bomb dropped in the city over you? Like the next city over? Oh, hell nah, nigga. Yo, we live in the greatest country. Nigga, we be watching this shit on Twitter like, this shit fucked up. Yo, pray for the people in Palestine. Oh, my God, they're decapitating people in the Middle East. Nigga, we hear about 2 niggas that get clapped in our city. Like, what the fuck? Stop crying. Imagine.
Babe, based off my research,
And the Gamecocks will put total leather and will get started.
Yeah, no intro.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped 25.
No interest for real.
And this offense is built around keeping it on the ground and feeding the beast at running back.
Yeah, and he is a grown ace man. That dude, it starts.
That shit is like
Jesse, how nice is it to have a running back that you can turn and the ball to? He's going to get positive chunks. Defense is feeding. That's a really nice place to start on offense.
And it doesn't matter how many guys they have in the box, right? Every single week, defense is key on stopping this guy, and none of them can do it. He is so dynamic, a true game changer for this offense.
The give to the back. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Petway. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll go to the ground. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll give it to the back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Wide receiver comes in motion. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Finds his man. It's Cook. Oh, he's got some space. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. They'll try it over the left side. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
On this,
I don't dress up kids. That's not my. That ain't my thing.
30 strikes.
Hey, who in the play on this league, man? Play defense, man. Play defense from here on out, man.
Pacific just last night.
God damn.
Capture of 2 stations.
South Carolina got to show me they could be me.
Chasing of a 3rd tanker that today reportedly requested Russian protection. And today,
South Carolina got to show me they could be me.
A drone strike along the Venezuelan coast. The reported target, the storage facility operated by the transnational gang Ncaa, which the Trump administration...
Oh, shit. Oh. They knocked me on my ass. I felt that shit. The controller shake.
Listen, this is the equivalent of... Yo, this Ricky Tam? Word up. This is the equivalent of... Yo, this is a 5 mentioned in the bathroom. What are we talking about? So, that's Ricky Tam? Listen, man. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. This here. Ricky Tam. Yo, Ricky Tam, come on, man. Get your bitch ass up. We out of here, man. Like, come on, stop playing with this, Ricky Tam. Yo, Ricky Tam, come on, nigga. Get your whole ass up, man. It's time to go.
That's so right there. I made that tackle. I made that tackle. I made that tackle.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Here's a heat. Makes the catch. They make
Come on, man.
Swear, and you go this. That shit was hilarious as fuck.
Get that shit out of here, man.
How good this feels. Word.
Big fight last night with Tracy.
A motherfucking fence
on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rose
This is some song from a Chata dancing ass nigga. Let's get this nigga, man. Get this thing out of here, bro. Play, man. Stop playing.
Big guy smells it, and he's into the end zone.
Freaking jump ball, man.
Like you said, one U.S. man with some bad bloody music.
Man, I can't wait to have go live today, man. I called this last night.
Bruh, this the nigga we scared of, bro. In Venezuela, this nigga right here. Are you serious?
Connects without
Are you serious?
evidence of the Venezuelan president, Nicolas Maduro.
This nigga right here.
There was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs. They load the boats up with drugs.
Yo, this nigga Trump is a fool. Yo, this nigga get briefed by the CIA and the FBI and the military. Yo, we just did a secret covert mission.
Oh, these running backs run harder than my running backs that I recruited, yo. What's the difference?
This is a secret mission. First interview out. Yo, we just bombed them bitch ass niggas. We about to leave in a minute. Like, yo, this nigga can't hold nothing. He can't hold water at all. He tell, yo, we just did a top secret mission. The mission ain't even over. This nigga will tell you anything.
Oh, Dylan, you out? Dylan Stewart out?
Evidence.
Oh, Dylan on this team.
There was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs.
Dylan's on this team.
They load the boats up with drugs, so we hit all the boats, and now we hit the area. It's the implementation area. That's where they implement. And
all right, somebody said I should hit. Yeah, I see mine.
First down, man. Some of these running backs, man, they run strong.
Let me see if he answers. I know he probably did. I think he on. He's doing the show though. Trying to figure out what the fuck.
The give to the tailback.
I think this one.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The big fella in the middle.
Let's get in, Paul.
So it's really just drug shit.
And really stopping the other team's
no, I don't want Paul.
And that is no longer around. The amount of drug trafficking from down significantly in the Caribbean, and I think it must. The regime is going to have a lot less money to throw around.
Elliot Abrams was the first Trump administration special envoy for Venezuela and is today a senior fellow for the Council on Foreign Relations. He supports the pressure campaign that is targeting Venezuela's chief source of revenue as a way to
Show, this nigga is just like all this nigga do is dance. This nigga like Bobby Schmurder. He's like the Venezuelan Bobby Schmurder.
Force him to step down.
The economy of Venezuela will
show everybody bad serious. This nigga just keep dancing.
And the finances of the Maduro regime will get worse.
Come on, man. Block 60.
Public pressure and internal pressure in the regime that at some point there are either mass demonstrations or somebody in the military acts or the regime basically decides, we don't know how far Trump is willing to go with this, let's make a deal now.
But the administration's critics say the pressure campaign's tactics are illegal, its goals are imperialist.
It's straightforward territorial intervention. It's the kind of thing that was characteristic of the United States in the Caribbean region back in the beginning of the 20th century.
Daniel Hellinger is a Webster University professor emeritus who says Maduro is not the threat that the U.S. alleges.
I don't think he's sort of the kingpin that they're trying to portray him to be. Venezuela does not traffic in fentanyl for any significant.
Hey, shut your bitch ass up, man. Yeah, man. Yo, listen. Yo, everybody know we've been the bullies of the goddamn, especially like all these Caribbean niggas. Like, shit ain't yo, we had like a lit drug dealer down there. Go look him up. His name is Christopher Douglas Pope. Yo, America was just like, yo, all this shower posse shit y'all got going on, y'all killing a bunch of niggas in New York and shit like that. Y'all helping them Colombian niggas smuggle that coke over here. Yo, we need that drug deal. Only been at first, it's like, man, give me shit. 2 weeks later, the government say, all right, man, we gonna get that nigga for you. And that's what we went and got that nigga. We went and got that nigga and handed him straight to the U.S. Yeah.
It's so right there, boy. I feel when he made that talk.
That's the nigga that keeps sending in drugs. The U.S. they get on their bully. Yeah, it is what it is. The only dude with like culture, they don't really got it.
Great. And that most
whoa, computer too.
Okay.
Imagine that.
Maduro himself this week.
Is this thing on a suit?
They don't wear no suits, bro.
Seeing past the pressure. In between boasts and bravado.
Our military have a glorious history as emancipating, humanist, invincible warriors. Today, our armed forces are more prepared than ever to continue winning peace, sovereignty, and territorial integrity for our people.
Get that shit out of here, man.
Going into the Trump administration,
You need prayers to beat me, bro. You can't beat me, man.
You're a bunch of niggas go ahead for you legally.
His policy predicted if Maduro is ousted, they'll be chaos. Venezuela is a large society in the civilian sector. There are going to be parts of the Venezuelan military that will retreat into guerrilla warfare, and there's just a very dense population in Caracas with crime.
Give me that shit, man. Last time you got that jump ball, not this time. Defense over here, man. So we play defense over here, man. No sir. Get out my face. Better get out my face.
Venezuela
Play defense over here, man. All right, man. We gonna run the ball or we gonna play? No. Get all these bums out of here. I'm gonna go with my back. If he gets hurt, he gets hurt. Get these bums out of here, man. See, he can't even take it to the house.
I hit mine. When he gets back, I'll get him on your way.
These bums out of here.
So this dude's a dictator.
Get my running back
because he lost the election and he saw some.
Speed button now. Let's go. First down. Let's go.
Lost the election. So he lost the election.
Yeah, he lost it in 2018. Let Brittany tell it.
What?
Let Brittany tell it.
The former Venezuelan president, Nicolas
Ooh.
Venezuela got took over by a fucking bus driver, nigga?
Bus driver, bro.
This is crazy. This is what we beefing with, gang. No way it's a former bus driver. It's
Former bus driver, bro.
Entire fucking.
Former bus driver.
The former bus driver turned Venezuelan president, but Nicolas Maduro's opponents see him as a dictator who ruled with an iron fist. The 61-year-old was catapulted to power after being handpicked by Hugo Chavez. Riding on the coattails of his revolutionary mentor, Maduro narrowly won the presidency for the first time in 2013. A baseball man who often salsas for the cameras.
This nigga's a dance lunatic.
And they love to dance,
Yo,
bitch.
Chow, when this nigga turned to be a narcos man, yo, this nigga Netflix can take over Venezuela, man. We might have to hold off on Venezuela until Netflix make a fire narcos. I want to see this nigga.
Come on, 50. Come on, number 50.
He's known for fending off one crisis after another.
All right, this will come and give you a break, bro. I want you back in.
Venezuelans struggle with
her too?
inflation and critical shortages of basic goods.
Really, Levi?
Political and economic ties with states including China, Russia, and Iran have helped the country stay barely afloat. Maduro faced down sanctions after his re-election in 2018 wasn't recognized. Just like Chavez, Maduro has attempted to deflect blame for Venezuela's list of troubles.
Don't worry about it.
In last
Our guys,
July's presidential election,
my guys are gonna punch
the
you.
opposition accused
Get a fullback. Get a fullback in the game.
Very few Latin
Fullback
American
Fred.
countries recognized his win. The EU and the US said opposition candidate Eduardo Gonzalez
There you
the
go.
real winner,
There you go.
provoking responses
There you go.
from Maduro.
There you go.
I denounce the US government, which, along with Elon Musk and the international fascist Javier Milei, are leading attempts to destabilize our people and carry out a coup against Venezuelan democracy.
Really react,
portray
man.
himself as a superhero taking on Western imperialism. This, as the life for the average Venezuelan, teeters on the edge of misery. On the edge of misery.
Yo, Trump, man. My only advice: wrap this shit up.
It's been great. They wrapped it up in over 2 hours, man.
Like, you know what I mean? This shit shouldn't take more than 2 weeks.
Defense, bro.
It really should be done by lunchtime. Let's wrap this junk up quick, man. Get this nigga out of here. You ever watch Homeland? Watch it. I thought we sent people in the hell or some shit. Anyway. All right. Now we just your political bullshit.
That shit out
Some
of here.
bitch dropping bombs.
Get that shit out of here, bro. Defense are
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay. What else is going on in the world, people? What y'all got going on?
Nice job by the defender. You could tell.
What's that guy going on?
The football, he was going to put a hit on him.
I know this thing called Mark. Let me try to I'm going sometimes I feel like
safety sitting right there.
I can't tell.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch.
Let me get the players. Let me get the players.
I think do not disturb me.
Progression, David, hits you in stride. These guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm on stream. Yo, I was trying to call you. I'm trying to get you to break down to like the regular folks going on with Venezuela stuff, man. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck going on.
3 tight ends in the formation on
All right,
1st and 10.
Yeah, I'm calling you on this one.
The give to the left side.
Let's go. Use this. Let's get Paul back in the game. What's Paul at?
Check. Andrew Tate could go take over Venezuela. Like, come on, bro. Freshman fit could go take over Venezuela.
Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard.
Oh, he's smart. Good job. Load up.
I've never been there. But hell, that won't go down. Oh, no.
Explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Could you imagine walking outside, seeing the bombs? You probably hate America.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some
what's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Can you hear me nice and clear? Is it coming in fucked up?
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play.
Speak?
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm actually using another mic on here. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to my audience on another mic.
Okay. Hey, I just actually have
I ain't got it back.
Everybody kept spamming this Venezuela stuff. Man, I know this is like more your realm than mine. What the hell is going on? And are we taking them over, man?
Well, you know, it's a resource-rich country. A lot of oil goes in the most in the world, and the reality is, like, you know, I kind of saw this coming from before. I just didn't think Trump would have done it, you know, this quickly. But long story short, when he came into power, if you remember, he labeled Trend de Aragos as a terrorist organization, or as an FTO. And what that basically allows us to do is, you know, treat them as enemy combatants. So, like, he basically turned these drug traffickers into, like, Al-Qaeda overnight. And that gives them a lot of executive power. Him and the Secretary, Pete Hegseth.
Y'all see what they got here?
Damn near like terrorists. And they've been doing these kinetic strikes on these boats for several months now, as well as mobilizing, you know, U.S. military assets all across Venezuela. And they've been trying to get Maduro out of there. He had an election not too long ago, in the middle of 2024. A lot of people believe that the election was rigged, but, you know, you can make that argument. But, you know, as with any, you know, dictator slash, you know, president that kind of takes things you're going to have a large portion of the population that just likes him, that wants him out of there. And, you know,
trying to build this old line, man.
Countries that we're enemies with, like China, Russia. He doesn't like Israel. He doesn't recognize Israel as a state. He's very sensitive to the Palestinian plight. You know, he's a socialist kind of. So, you know, it's no surprise with the Monroe Doctrine that, you know, the United States will want him kind of out of power. And there's a bunch of other stuff too, but like just a bird's eye view, that's the general gist of it, man. Because they want to get him out of there. They want to bring in Ncaa, who was the female person that ran against him, who would be a lot more open.
She won the Nobel Peace Prize, man.
You know,
let her get in.
Yeah, so we kind of want to, we want to play, you know, kingmaker a little bit. We want to pick who's running shit. So, if on face value,
everybody,
he labels his gang as violent and also drug traffickers. Drugs, and you know, you worked as a federal agent, like cracking down on shit like this coming across the border, a lot. How much drugs is coming from Venezuela? Like, what they got going on over there? They got some fentanyl, they got some hard white. Like, what they bringing back?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like with the rest of South America. You know, it plays a role in the international drug trafficking, you know, transit system, right? So, like, whether it's some stuff is manufactured there, transported through there, to operate there.
See if they're going to throw one of their miracles again.
The majority of America's drugs come through Mexico nowadays, right? We saw in the 1980s, obviously, a lot was coming in through, you know, Miami, through maritime smuggling. But nowadays, with the sophistication of technology and the U.S. Coast Guard, et cetera, and then really taking down these planes,
a lot of the drugs now come in through the southwest border through Mexico. So if the goal was to, designate narcos as terrorists, I would argue that there's, organizations in Mexico that move way more drugs than the Venezuelans. And I do think it's also important to note that Maduro was indicted in the U.S. with a bunch of other people in the government for narco trafficking. But if the goal here is to get rid of narco traffickers, Venezuela is not at the top of the list like Mexico is.
I've been watching this show for home, right? And well, actually, there's 2 questions. Let me hit you with a follow-up, then I'll hit you with the homeland question. So, I know you said Mexico, but it's like, I used to watch Narcos.
Yeah,
very Narcos. It feels like, is it the source, not Mexico, but it's just like the one stop right before it gets to the United States, so they don't target Mexico? Like stuff from Colombia would go to Mexico, then Mexico into the United States was just easier. Is that why we don't target Mexico as much, or Mexico basically, like, they get down with the program when we tell them jump, they say how high?
Yeah, it is it's a combination of things. It is because, Mexico is subservient to us to a degree. We had the tariff wars with Mexico and ended up caving earlier in the year.
We're going to make you play football, boy.
A big reason why
is because we've been trying to get Maduro
for a very long time.
We're going to make you play football, my boy.
Trinidad and these other drug trafficking organizations as terrorists, and, so that they can get more. Because here's the thing, once you label people terrorists, now you have the full brunt of the, military and the intelligence community helping you out, right? Because before, when we used to do drug investigation, you would use law enforcement to do it. But once you designate these guys as terrorists, now the FISA courts are up with you, now the intelligence community is open to you, now you can actually start using kinetic strikes like they've been doing with these boats, right? So you get a lot more latitude and power to make things happen. Now, when it comes to Mexico, they kind of, operate under our authority to a degree. So, like, they're not the same, they're not as, how do I say this? They follow us much more than Venezuela does. So, to me, I look at it this, like, designating them from the drug perspective as an FTO. It was kind of a way to purposely be able to ramp up escalations, right, to try to stimulate some type of effect. Because at the end of the day, they want Maduro out. And any way that they can do that, they're going to do that, right? Whether it's us taking their oil, they're seizing a couple of these freighter ships that have been coming out of Venezuela, trying to cripple them financially. The airstrikes that we're currently doing right now as we speak, bombing these boats, they've been trying to escalate now for a bit.
Hey, so I watch the show called Homeland. Can't we just kidnap this motherfucker? Like, you gotta talk. I'm serious. Like, kidnap this nigga. Like, yo, bro, does Venezuela even have NYPD probably could beat up Venezuela like militarily. Come on, like, we can't kidnap this guy. Like, send us a couple of dudes, a couple of spies, some of these black ops dudes. Yo, kidnap this fuck nigga, put him in court. And give him the El Chapo treatment. Lock him in, lock him in. Lock him.
That's what they're trying to do now, bro. Oh, I think literally that's what they're trying to do now. Someone high ranking in this government just got assassinated. So, from what I understand, we do got boots on the ground.
His feet wasn't down. His feet wasn't down.
On the ground in Venezuela.
He got that in.
Okay. So
obviously information is coming. You know how it goes. Whenever something's popping off, information's going crazy. You're hearing this, you're hearing that. But at least right now, from what I've heard, the most recent is we got boots on the ground. We got some SF guys in there. They're invading. They're doing airstrikes while simultaneously probably doing a ground assault. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have all of his higher ranking members in his cabinet identified where they live, whether they assassinate them, kidnap them, or whatever.
Wait, you think he would
How did he get behind him like that?
Yes. Yeah, because remember, he's looking at that. He's looking at these guys as like enemy combatants.
Wait, but we haven't certified, like, well, I guess we'll call him a dictator or whatever, but he's not like, I guess he's indicted, but we're not looking at him as like one of the persona non grata, so to speak, right? Like, him and his captain, right?
This, bro, he has the biggest bounty. He has a bigger bounty than Bin Laden did, bro.
Really?
Yeah. Let me look at how much they. I think it was something crazy like 50 million or some shit. Let me look at Maduro bounty. They want him. They really put a bigger bounty on him, and they just increased it not too long ago. So U.S. Department of State has him right now for is it 25 million?
Oh, my running back.
Yeah. After initial reward of up to 15 million. Yeah. On January 10, 2025, they increased the award to $25 million, bro. And then on August 7, 2025, the department announced a further increase the award to $50 million. So $50 million right now, as of August 7th.
Okay, so when I'm scrolling, I'm reading the news. It says CIA dropped bombs. Like, I've never heard the CIA drop bombs. Obviously, maybe I'm just not familiar with.
Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. They're going to run it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab, goes to the middle. It's Petway. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Right back to it. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Now, but basically he's finished. He's washed after that. It's not like we want to necessarily kill him. We just need him out of power.
Fast, man.
In terms of this council, I heard literally just
right now.
Yo,
come on, man. Yo, I'm telling you, yo, 15 bitches from the shade room could have went down and took over Venezuela. Man, come on, man. We should have been captured him, man. Like, come on, man. Yo, okay, so they captured him. Do you think they're bringing him back to United? If that's true. Hold on.
Yeah, 100%. They're going to bring him back to face the criminal charges.
Yo, ain't this like bullying a little? Yo, Venezuela, these dudes probably got like rocks in their pockets. They got like, you know what I mean, like slingshot.
Good block. Good block.
Yo,
good block. Good block.
Good block. 5 soldiers. Like, come on, man.
Good block.
Yo, pass me the gun. Like, what they got going on over there?
Yeah, he was arming all of his civilians too, but I guess that didn't work out, man. They got him in there quick. Really? The 2.5-hour war looks like niggas got him already.
Shit, you know, drop a bomb and destabilize the whole thing. Wait, so this is breaking news. They caught this guy.
That's what I'm hearing right now is that they just captured him. I'm gonna look on Twitter right now, but that's what it's looking like. Is that he just got captured? At least people in my chat are putting that. Because I literally just went live now.
Okay, is Sky News credible? It says, breaking, the U.S. has captured the Venezuela leader, Maduro.
Yep, Trump just put it out. He just put it out. The United States of America successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela.
Safety.
With his right capturing and pulling out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. There'll be a news conference Wednesday at 11 a.m. MR Live. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald Trump. So, they got him. So,
he'll keep it himself.
Yo, we got some bullies. Yo, we basically fucked them up.
Wow.
Yo, people went to sleep. They're gonna wake up and be like, yeah, we fucked them up like in 2 hours. We captured the president, and they'll never be safe. So, Jesus, that's kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah, no, they did it. That's the quickest conflict I've seen. But they definitely they knew where he was at. You know, the intelligence agencies are very good, man. They know exactly where the dude was at. They attacked
him. That block, man.
And probably just picked him up right there.
I had that block to the house, man.
Okay, how does that do with the relationship between countries, right? Because, like, we literally have now grabbed one of their leaders, whether we recognize him or not. We've taken him out of their country.
Look at that boy fall
and I
forward.
guess they're going to be
Look
going
at that boy fall
through
forward.
our court of law and it's
So
our
running back right
jurisdiction.
there.
But how do we deal with Venezuela after that when
We're going to make it to the chip.
to
the ground game, man. We ain't got nothing cute.
Taking your leader.
He ain't got to do nothing cute. They're going to make it to the ship on
conversations with us.
Little kid
in
looks
good
like he's
faith.
good.
See the fact that we just
21 Savage?
seeing it just snatch their
Yeah,
up.
21.
Basically, Venezuela's going to be like Ukraine. We're going to put a puppet, leader in there, that Machado chick that lost the election. She's far more favorable to U.S. foreign interests as well as Israel. And they're going to put her in power, and she's going to be running things. And, we're going to have access to her reserves, and that's what's going to happen. And that's what I predict is going to be the next step here.
Yeah,
She's going to come out of hiding because she's been in hiding ever since she lost the election. And she's going to get put in power because she's far more friendly to Western interests than Maduro is.
Hey, I gotta be honest, man. Venezuela let me down, man. This is pathetic. 2 hours. The news in O Block at least was like, listen, they said the feds here, we're gonna put up a little bit of resistance. 2 hours, the whole shit is over. This is crazy. This is crazy. You're like,
That's crazy. No, it is, man.
Trump gonna be a mile longer than more. He don't even have the decency to say,
Dragged his ass. Dragged his ass. Dragged his ass. Right.
Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, explode through, getting a long touchdown.
This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Using the quick game. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So that they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
They're dealing with a second and long. The inside handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's third and long from the 30. To throw, it's Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Jacobs. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Gamecocks are marching down the field. Here's the handoff. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man.
Bombaclat! Even when I put the safeties there, dog, they make the shit work.
But, it feels like that might compromise what we got going on, man. This guy loves making announcements.
Yeah, he does, bro. He does. And
look at the safety. Oh, my God.
Did you see the joint where he's like, yeah, we're conducting a secret mission right now? I'm like, bro.
That's why he got in trouble with the whole Mar-a-Lago. If you remember, they raided his house like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, they found all those classified documents, man. Like, this nigga loves to brag about that shit. Like, it's a little crazy. You know? Oh, shit. Yeah. That is crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like one of the things that jammed them up on, bro, and that's what I was saying. Like, yo, if he didn't win the presidency, he would have 100% went to jail because they had a debt to rights on that federal case on the documents, bro. Because one of the documents that he had, it's called National Defense Information or NDI. NDI documents. It doesn't matter what the classification is. You can't have that shit in an unsecured area. Not only did Bill have that stuff in unsecured areas and all across Mar-a-Lago, he talked with like a reporter or a woman or something like that about some of the information that was in this NDI document that had to do with like Iran. And they had that recorded.
This quarterback's
like,
pretty accurate. I gotta give it to him.
Evidence. So if he had not won the presidency,
fourth quarter, baby. Fourth quarter.
Went to jail for espionage.
Fourth quarter, baby.
Because they got your debt to rights when they got you on 18 U.S.C. 793, which is like the espionage.
We ain't ranked yet.
Bro, debt to rights. Doesn't matter. You classified documents. That's irrelevant. If it's national defense information, it cooked. Can't have it.
Hey, you think we're about to go on a generational run of just bullying like these countries? Isn't Iran next? We about to start stepping on.
Iran is next, bro. Iran is next. I don't like it.
Wait, what they got over? They got some oil? And by the way, wait. It's legal for us. Like, y'all got some oil. We gonna fuck you up to get it.
With Iran, right? We're attacking Iran more for Israel, right? Like, and I can kind of, you want me to kind of explain it from the beginning for your audience? Because I know it might be something that might not.
Break it down simply. Why we got beef with Iran? They got weapons of mass destruction.
Okay, so I'm going to do this. What was that nice thing? So we can talk about that too. So when it comes to Iran, right? Israel has been trying to get a war with Iran for the better part of 30 to 40 years. Netanyahu has been running around saying that they're, 3 weeks away from a nuclear bomb for decades at this point. And the big reason why we have such a problem with Iran is because of Israel. Israel understands that Iran is the only power really in the Middle East that can, that can fight back. And they're really the only thing standing in between that and the Middle East.
Look at that run.
They've been trying to destabilize and get a regime change in Iran for a very long time, and they've been using the rules.
Everybody could have run.
They got nuclear weapons. Well, these that they haven't been able to. They've been
Which running back look like? He's a good North-South guy. Who is this? Who is this number 22? Oh, is Lando? Lando, let me find out Lando got some skills. Took his hands off the speed button. Let me find out Lando that nigga. Let me find out Lando that nigga.
We would be monitoring, us and the international community, for that matter, and IAEA, we would be monitoring their nuclear program in exchange for that, making sure that it stays at a civilian level, enriching at a very low level percentage, as well. And we would remove the sanctions because Iran has very crippling sanctions right now. They can't sell their oil to certain countries, and they lose a lot of money doing that because they also have a lot of oil. So Obama put in place in 2015, which I think was one of the better
put it inside for you, so you gotta take it. That's on you.
And ensured
he gave it to you.
Some kind of stabilization in the Middle East. Once Trump came in 2016, he pulled us out of the nuclear deal at a lot of pressure from the Zionist lobby because the Zionist lobby in Israel does not want Iran existing in the Middle East at all. They don't care if they got a nuclear program or not.
Only kids.
Because they have a very competent ballistic missile program, right? So what ended up happening was when October 7th happened, right? Israel used October 7th, right, because Hamas is backed by Iran. Israel used October 7th as a justification to not just wage war in Gaza, but also to wage war against the down in Yemen, and also to begin the toppling of Syria and Bashar al-Assad regime. And then, once all of that was done, once they destabilized Hezbollah, they destroyed Hamas, they hurt the Houthis, and they were able to get Bashar al-Assad out of there. Then they attacked Iran with the 12-day war. They did Operation Rising Lion. It was a sneak attack. It was like Dead Pearl Harbor. They destroyed a bunch of their air defense. They killed a bunch of their generals. They killed a bunch of their nuclear scientists. And they were hoping that would create impetus for the people to rise up.
That's why Joe, you the best, man.
That's what they needed.
It
actually created a backfire. It created an opposite effect. It made them rally on the flag, and they took to the streets and said, fuck Israel. Go and attack Israel. And the reason why this is so important is because for many decades in Iran, there's been a lot of rift in the government between the conservatives and the reformists. The reformists are like our level of Democrats, our the functional equivalent of like progressive set of Democrats. They want more business with the West so that we can relieve the sanction, versus the conservatives don't trust the West. And when Israel attacked them, we were in the middle of negotiating with them for the Iran deal. We were literally in the middle of a nuclear deal with them. Like Steve Witkoff had planned to meet them in Qatar like that Sunday, and we bombed them on Israel bombed them on like Thursday or Friday, right? So they got caught with their pants down completely. So Israel attacks them, kills these generals, kills these scientists. Iran's operating at like, blind for like 24 hours. After that, Iran fought back and they shot a bunch of ballistic missiles into many different strategic areas all across Israel. Tel Aviv, Haifa, and shit. And now this is where the mainstream media didn't, tell the truth on this. Iran absolutely fucked Israel up. Now, the mainstream media doesn't want to report that because Israel's a glass cannon, right? They like to dish out the damage, but they can't necessarily take it back themselves. So, what are you looking for? Looking for Iran or
Tehran?
So, like, anytime I try to understand some of these, like, geopolitical or, like, feuds on, like, a national, on a global stage, using a map always helps. Like, I completely understand the feud between Russia and Ukraine. Yo, you're right next door to us. You're not gonna be fucking with all our ops and welcome them there.
Oh, you knocked them forward.
Against us if it ever goes. We need to. That makes complete sense. Now, looking at it, like Israel. First of all, I didn't even know Israel was small. But Israel, like, it's
Get shit out of here, boy.
Jordan,
Get shit out of here, boy.
Syria,
We run
Lebanon,
this. We run this.
Then Iran. So Iran's, like, power in the region comes from what? And why are there threats? I'm just trying to consider.
You want me to I can explain all this because I agree. Showing that visual
defense, man.
It's going to mean a lot.
Defense.
Sense because I got to explain the axis of resistance to your audience real quick. How do I'm in the call with you. Is there a way that I can share screen or something?
Yeah. So,
I got to turn on my camera, right?
Yeah.
Wow, bro.
Oh, okay. Let me pull up the Middle Eastern map right here. Because, this will make way more sense.
And also, like, I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like, obviously, I do kind of, on my spare time, I'll, like, listen to conversations about this stuff, but I'm definitely not no expert.
That's bullshit, man.
I'm kind of like the average person about it, and
every fourth down play, they get the first.
Why the fuck
BS, man.
That's going on in the fucking Middle East? Like, yo, why the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
that's
like,
BS.
yo,
every fourth down play.
Like, why the hell we care about what's going on? Like, yo, most of us will never go to these. You know what I mean?
I totally understand, but I'll tell you why we care about it. We care about it because the Zionist lobby cares about it. That's a big reason why. So, can you see my screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me first I'll explain what the axis of resistance is. The axis of resistance is basically,
let's go.
It's a formation between hostile countries that dislike Israel's presence in the region. Right? You got Iran right here, who basically run and fund it. You got components of Iran.
He's tired.
Syria under the Bashar al-Assad regime.
So again, we're just not from that region. So again, I don't understand. So Iran is the big dog, or they're the one money-wise, or the Iraq, because maybe it's from I was a little kid. When I heard the word Iraq, I heard terror. I'm gonna keep it in. That's fine. We always just heard, these where the terrorists live. You know what I mean? So is Iran, they got the bread? But I always looked at Iraq as broke. Like, these guys don't got nothing. Maybe they got some oil some places, but they don't really got nothing. So you're saying in that region, who's the U.S. or not? America? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's searching on their program.
Yeah, so obviously Saudi Arabia and all these Gulf states are very powerful too, but when it comes to
they don't get in any type of wars, right? So
exactly, yeah. So if we're gonna talk about ops, for the Western, like with Israel, it's Iran. They are the big dogs. They're the ones that fund the axis of resistance.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay, so
come in. Skip a note here.
Actually, this is a very smart strategy. They understand
that
they're
you gotta come in.
Israel and the United States. So what they basically did was they created almost like a proxy where they have militias in Iraq. They got the Bashar al-Assad regime who just got destabilized. Then they got the Hezbollah in Lebanon. And then obviously they got Hamas right here in Gaza. Right? And then they have the Houthis down here.
Wait, so basically they have people all surrounded with surrounded Israel. Hold on. All right, precisely. Again, I know people in my chat. I know we usually don't stay cultural, but we got to learn some new shit, every once in a while. Okay, and I'm trying to get you guys to understand some of this stuff on the most basic level. So, okay, cool. What is the beef with Iran and Israel?
So the beef with them has been going on for a very long time. And one of the big reasons why Israel dislikes Iran is because Iran is really the last country in the region that stands between them and hegemony and basically running this thing, because they're the only nuclear power in the region.
What's hegemony?
Basically, they want to be the top country in the region, the most powerful country in the region.
Okay, and I'm going to ask some questions that might come across as simple, but
no worries, bro. There's no stupid question, bro.
Okay. I'm looking at your map, and when looking at your map, Israel looks like the smallest of all of these countries with a lot of land. Why doesn't Israel kind of just expand? Or, like, if you're this powerful but you're small, maybe you need to start occupying more territory to gain more space. I think one of the advantages that the United States has is that you have this huge land mass.
This game gonna go overtime, or we gonna lose?
To, like, catch that in, like, the whole North America.
This game going overtime, we gonna lose.
What we gonna do? Like, that whole content, we kind of get to, we're huge. You know what I mean? Yeah, they look small.
Yes, what Israel's trying to do, actually, it's interesting that you mentioned that. Israel's trying to expand. They're trying to...
Why don't we take over Jordan? They should take over Jordan and Lebanon.
That's the other thing. We actually paid Jordan and Egypt a lot of money to play nice with the Israelis. Israel's like the #1 recipient of aid. Egypt and Jordan are not far behind, and we pay them to play nice because obviously Egypt is to the south and Jordan to the east. So we pay them a lot of money to be with Israel and play nice. Now, with that said, Israel is trying to expand. They absolutely want to expand. They want to take the Golan Heights. They want to go into southern Lebanon. And they want to basically, greater Israel. Right? Anytime but they also want to expand.
What just happened?
And take over.
He was down.
They secure their position in the region, because keep in mind that Israel's a relatively new country. It was created in 1948. Yeah, and none of these Arab countries want them there.
Okay. Good. All right. I do have one question. Nice island. Some beaches on there. You can see Cyprus right there.
Yeah, it's a nice area.
Is it like a cool country? Like who they down? I'm never going to the Middle East. I'm like, I like beaches. I like fly shit. Like, I ain't trying to go over here and y'all bombing each other. Like, I'm not going nowhere with boxes. What the hell?
Yeah, but you got to stay here in the Gulf. UAE, Qatar, these are safe places you can go. Oman. But all this area here, you want to stay away from that shit.
Okay. So the next...
No, they curved it. They curved it.
Alright, say no.
The computer curved it in. That was a miss.
This is America. Like,
they curved that shit. Oh my God, what a bunch of BS, man.
Like, I'm sure they'd say...
Oh my God. No, that... Never in the history of niggerdom has that play worked.
At the end of 2024,
oh my God.
Right, and Israel was beginning a ground campaign in Gaza. They started doing airstrikes and they started a ground campaign. While this was happening, right, and this is why like the Axis resistance really had their boots on their neck for a while. Hezbollah was shooting rockets into northern Israel in the Haifa area, right? And
where's number one?
Rockets into northern Israel right here.
Where's number one, man?
Exactly like 60,000 people, right? So they're getting hit.
Don't tell me he hurt too.
On top of that, the Houthis were sending rockets all the way from Yemen into Israel. So they were getting hit not just from the Gaza Strip, but they were getting hit from the Houthis in the south. And then,
I didn't know I had this quarterback on the bench.
So what Israel did was
I never looked at this roster.
On-ground campaign, and they took over Rafah, and they killed a guy named Yahya Sinwar in October of 2024. Right? They kind of began, or as they were wrapping up, so to speak. They began a ground assault in November. Well, I think they started in September. They started September with a pager attack where they blew up a bunch of pagers all across Lebanon.
And the number one's not out there. That's weird.
Hey, by the way, I also just Googled, right? So, and again, I know you're on stream too, so I know your audience is probably just way more advanced. Maybe not you can from me. But yo, Israel got 10 million people, and they bucket like that? 10 million? Oh, hell no. That's New York City. Yo. Iran has, I just Googled it, like 75. No. Yeah, 90 million. How the hell 10 million people bullying 90 million?
Because they got.
You ever heard of jumping? Like, what the hell?
Bro, that's called the U.S. firepower, bro. Like that's the
okay.
If it weren't for the United States, Israel would be gone in 2 days.
I see y'all computer. I see y'all computer.
So we're like,
I see y'all computer.
we are the guys.
I see what y'all doing.
Israel kind of wars the region.
I see what y'all doing.
Fuck around.
I'm gonna get my ball players in there. I'm gonna get my players.
The United States, Israel be gone within
I'm gonna get my players.
They cannot defend themselves against all of their enemies in this region. So what ended up happening, right? So at the end of 2024,
don't worry. I'm gonna get my
Israel
kids.
actually invaded in Lebanon. They invaded, and they couldn't make it to Beirut like they wanted. They claimed that they were going to.
I see what y'all
They
do.
couldn't do it, but they were able to launch a successful Patriot attack and kill a guy named Hassan Nasrallah. This dude right here.
Hurt all my players.
This guy right here. This is a big deal.
I see what y'all do. I see what y'all do.
Put a face to that name so people really know. This guy right here, he was the head of Hezbollah at the time, and they killed him in an airstrike, right? And once they killed him, that pretty much was, the end of it, right? Because this dude was the main brains behind.
Let's go look at this roster. Let's look at this roster.
Are they on some ISIS shit? Are they terrorists or are they like
at this roster?
Yeah, them and Hamas were designated as a foreign terrorist organization back in like 96 or 97.
Oh, okay. So they're like,
and it's funny, the woman that designated them as a terrorist organization was a Jewish woman named Madeleine Albright.
Really? Okay.
Coincidence, right?
You're a box guy. No wonder the safety's never covered.
U.S. don't like. Did they ever try to plan attacks on us?
Yeah, I mean, we've had problems with them before, for sure. They've been behind some terrorist attacks, for sure. But keep in mind that Hezbollah was created in 1982 because of Israel. Because Israel was being aggressive towards Lebanon and they had invaded. So they were created in 1982 to fight the Israeli occupation. Because the Israelis, bro, bully everybody in this region.
I can't have no little guy out there.
I also saw a report that they just came out with saying that the FBI foiled a potential attack from ISIS that was supposed to be on U.S. soil.
Okay.
Did you see that?
Yeah. So,
ISIS?
Let's see what linebackers look like.
ISIS, man, I think it's kind of it's a homegrown Western situation, man, because I find it interesting how these ISIS guys never attack Israelis.
So ISIS, I thought ISIS was based out of Afghanistan or some shit like that.
No, it was based out of Syria for a while because there was so many. The conflict in Syria is kind of what led to it, and Syria has a very complex war situation. They're under new leadership now after the fall of Hezbollah, but that's a whole other story in itself. But the bottom line is this: Iran is the main entity that stands between Israel's way and complete, influence and power across the Middle East. And Israel needs Iran out of the way, and they want a regime change. And for them to get the regime change, they're going to need to decapitate the current regime with the Ayatollah. And that is why they're prepping to do another conflict, another war. And I think that these protests that they got going on right now in Iran are step one towards the process. And then I predict sometime for quarter one, I wouldn't be surprised if Israel didn't launch another attack against Iran. And the last war, because Iran was absolutely starting to fuck them up, and Israel only has so many interceptor missiles, so they would not be able to keep up defending themselves from the Iranian missiles because the Iron Dome only has so many interceptor missiles in the David Sling and the Arrow. So that's kind of why we had a little bit more time in between the conflict. Israel had to restock their interceptor missiles and then make sure they got everything right on the ground with disruptors and running the coup and everything else like that. But I think with this next war, it's going to be do or die for both countries.
Okay, and one of my final questions is really this. Okay, so, all right, I kind of now understand this as you've explained it geographically, right? Okay, here's this region. They're resourceful. Well, not resource. They're funded. U.S. They have definitely some heavy resources in being able to wage war against the rest of the region. So despite them being small, they're kind of swinging their dick around a little bit. Iran, they're kind of putting up, some resistance, but they're also doing it through kind of like these other entities that's almost damn near surrounding Israel, right?
And all those entities, it's important. The reason why they want to attack Iran so bad now is because these other entities are weakened. So Syria, for example, Syria fell, and it was being run by this guy, right? Bashar al-Assad. He was the president, right, of Syria.
Hey, Tim ain't gonna play today, dog. You might have to wait till tomorrow.
Hezbollah is the most competent military, paramilitary.
You cleaning up, late?
Many times. 2006, 1982.
I'm about to clean up too.
Again in
Oh shit!
2024,
Oh, I
right?
ain't paying attention.
And
What
they're
happened?
that have really like been able to beat the IDF quite a bit.
I gotta find a way to
But the reason why Syria is so
use my running backs early.
would basically get weapons, supply, support, and they moved these through Iraq into Syria, destined for Lebanon, right?
Okay.
Once there was a ceasefire between the IDF and Hezbollah, what happened was this triggered an invasion, and this invasion was conducted by this guy right here. Let me duplicate this real fast. Ahmed al-Shara, right? So Ahmed al-Shara is the current president of Syria. What he basically did was, once that ceasefire was done and Hezbollah was weakened alongside Hamas and everybody else, he basically launched a revolution, and he was in the Idlib province, right here in Syria, right here, right? He was here. He went and he took Aleppo, which is a very strategic location in Syria, one of the bigger cities. Then he worked his way all the way down to Damascus, and basically they took over Syria in a couple of weeks. And what happened was Bashar al-Assad had to flee to Russia, and he's currently in Russia right now in asylum. And Ahmed al-Shara, a.k.a. al-Jawani, this guy used to be in fucking Al-Qaeda back in the day. He was in Al-Qaeda? Yeah, this dude used to be in Al-Qaeda. He was at the White House not too long ago, too. Kind of funny.
Running boys over. Running boys over, man.
He left in 2016, but yeah. So basically, since Syria fell, Hezbollah's weakened, the last thing left is Iran now. All of their proxies have been weakened significantly. So this is why Israel is in such a rush to attack Iran now, while the axis of resistance is weakened.
Okay. All right.
If that makes sense.
Okay. It does make sense. So, now...
I'm throwing a lot at you here, bro, so...
No, hold on.
Ooh, he dropped it.
So, the last thing that I feel like, and maybe it's important, maybe it's not, in me trying to understand all this conflict and turmoil going on in this region, how does religion play into this? Because, all right, Israel, they're Judaism, right? So they're Jewish guys, right? And then Iraq, Iran, Saudi Arabia, they're Muslims, right?
Yes.
Okay. Again, religion always matters. Like, sometimes, hey, listen, if I'm going to my church and you got your mosque over there and it's sitting like, we know religion really matters a lot. How much of it is maybe the Muslim dude saying, man, get these Judaism niggas out of here, versus maybe Israel also saying, well, we're trying to spread what we got going on to maybe influence some of the reasons you guys have. Is that a thing or not?
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about how religion plays a role. Religion plays a role because, so for example, right, a lot of people don't know this. When Hamas invaded Israel, right,
look at that play zone.
Right? And the reason they call it Alexa flood.
Show them boys a replay, man. Them boys ain't never seen no running back like that do that before, man. Show them boys some replay, man.
And basically,
they ain't never seen no running back do that before,
man. There's three main
man.
Reasons Hamas invaded Israel. One reason was because
them boys a replay, man. They ain't never seen that before, man. They ain't never seen that before, man.
And they killed Palestinians all the time, right?
Let's go, man. Damn, I wish I could have finished that off with a touchdown, man.
The Abraham Accords are an agreement, basically, between Israel, the United States, and other Muslim countries that recognize, I'll show you right here, that recognize Israel. A lot of these Muslim countries don't recognize Israel as a state ever since, 1967. And the Abraham Accords have been bringing in Muslim countries to recognize Israel. Now, the problem is that Israel's been trying to play this slight game where they try to get
my dog hurt, man.
without answering the Palestinian question. And
I always get hurt.
Israel was supposed to meet with Saudi Arabia. And they were talking about getting Saudi Arabia into the Abraham Accords. Now, the reason why this is a problem is
get in the game, bro.
Has an enormous amount of influence in the Middle East because it's obviously Medina, Mecca, etc. So if Saudi Arabia was to ever join Abraham Accords, or even think about it, without answering the Palestinian question, they knew that their fate would be sealed and they'd have to be occupied.
Here he go. Did he just see his play? Oh my God. You see, I'm not deep my playbook is, man.
So what the Israelis have been doing and the Jews in that area is they're trying to bring about the Messiah. And the way that they're going to do this is they need to slaughter red cows. They're trying to bring about the return of their Messiah. Or sorry, they're trying to bring their Messiah. Yeah, I know. It's crazy shit. Without me getting too much into the theology of the lore, basically they want to destroy the Al-Aqsa Mosque and rebuild the temple, and slaughter 5 red cows. It's in their theology to bring their Messiah. And Hamas, the guy named
Yo, this sounds like some Game of Thrones shit. Wait, they're trying to bring back the Messiah. They want to slaughter some cows and destroy like some thing and build some other shit to like.
They want to destroy the Al-Aqsa Mosque and rebuild the temple. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that played a big part in why Hamas invaded, and that's why they called it Operation Al-Aqsa Flood. Was because they're trying to protect the mosque from being destroyed.
Okay, you made some changes. We made some changes on defense.
Jewish organization.
Made some changes on defense. We got new starters. Oh my God! Look how skinny this kid is as a linebacker.
And this mosque is like the third holiest site, or the second holiest site, and
he sticks his head in there. Let me find out. Boy, I got an athlete at linebacker, man.
So this is an Israel. And all of Israel's ops wants to destroy this.
Right? Israel wants to destroy the mosque.
Let's go. 2 tackles. Oh, this kid is
They want to destroy so they can rebuild the temple that was destroyed. Kicks off.
Okay, why don't they destroy it? Like, I mean, we just seen we dropped.
Come on, man.
Why is this thing like?
Because the Muslims go crazy if they destroy it.
So they've been trying to do. So the Muslim world, what do you mean? Like, so if Israel just fucking
let's go,
drops a drone strike and boom, boom, what's the problem?
The Muslim world will lose their mind, and they might pull out the defense. Might pull out probably more than likely to pull out the Abraham Accords, and there would be problems. They would be invaded, and it would create a geopolitical nightmare for the Israelis and the United States.
That's a way to get in there. What a way to get in there.
They bought 5 cows in the United States secretly. They moved them over to Israel.
Wait a minute, 5? You said cows like COW?
Yeah, 5 red cattle. Yep, 5 red cows.
Like, we're talking about like the same shit that
Mexico, man. Defense.
Like they just really brought 5 red cows from Texas and moved them over to Israel for this ritual.
Really? Yo, this is serious shit.
I know, this is crazy shit. I know, bro. It's like, what the hell? But yeah, so this was actually a big. So there's a guy named Abu Ubaidah, this dude right here, right? I'm really giving y'all the lore, right? So this guy Abu Ubaidah.
And by the way, let me say this.
Yeah.
Yo, as time goes on, especially like I think hip hop is, I do love hip hop and I love culture, but I've always
that's where you help your boy up. That's how you help your teammate up.
Politics and a lot of the stuff that's really bigger than just hip hop. If someone made all this shit like really like bite-sized, understandable for the layman's, like somebody needs to do the war in Iraq. Look, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, people didn't know what was going on in Chicago. I took Chicago and said, hey, even if you're a fucking idiot from Oklahoma, this is what's going on. These guys ended up very simple. I've been showing you things that obviously tragedies, of course, but there's an entertainment aspect to it that people buy into it. Because as you're even explaining this shit to me, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But most people are ignorant to what's going on here, right?
And time out, boy.
I'm wondering why, like, outlets don't kind of do that to relate to the regular person. The regular person just care about drama.
But to answer
anything that seems too complicated, they check out.
Yeah, and I'm trying to explain this because this is a very complex, conflict right now. But to answer it quickly, there's geopolitical reasons why the conflict is going on in Israel and Hamas and these Muslim countries. And then there's obviously theology. So this guy, Abu Ubaidah, he was the spokesperson for Hamas for a very long time. He was the dude that would be on the video with the mask on. That's interesting.
That's why I like this kid. He fights forward no
matter what. You
matter
talked about the Red Hat first being moved from the United States to Israel. That was a big provocation because they want to bring about the destruction of the Aqsa Mosque, and then rebuilding the temple.
First down.
The occupation.
What first down?
The Abraham Accords. Expand the Abraham Accords without answering the Palestine question. Those are the three chief reasons why Hamas invaded Israel on October 7th. There's other reasons too, but those are the top three, I would say.
And by the way, have you ever watched the Netflix series? I'll call it Netflix because I watched Netflix. You ever watch Homeland?
I have watched Homeland before, yeah.
There's a nigga in there named Abu Nazir. I ain't gonna lie to you. I remember, like, I think it's a demon. but I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been watching Homeland, and then I've been I've been using my brain to figure out.
Did you see that?
How do you figure out? Because at first I was kind of like disinterested because I'm like, if it's not in the United States, I really don't give a fuck what's going on in these other countries. I really don't. Listen, I'm from Jamaica, and listen, I came to America. I love Jamaica. Listen, I'm donating to the hurricane.
Let me get my guy.
That's all. Because I live in the United States of America. All y'all other countries, good fucking luck. We're here. But when you get to understand how everything kind of like all meshes and it all kind of relies on each other, it's like a really interesting, but like very also, you have to navigate it really carefully. Right?
Yeah,
and that's the safety that's never did.
You know, before October 7th and us seeing the genocide that went down in Gaza, this was a very forbidden topic to talk about because all of our Middle Eastern foreign policy, when you look at it, whether it was the war in Iraq, you know, the war on terror, all this other stuff, it was really only to benefit Israel. Like, Israel runs our foreign policy when it comes to the Middle East. We attack all of their enemies. So, and it's what's kept us in forever wars all across the Middle East. And the reason for that is because we have an enormous amount of Israeli influence and Zionists in our power in the United States that have influential positions in politics, in the government, in tech, in finance.
I feel like I'm going to ask you a rhetorical question. Yeah, but I'm going to ask you, I'm going to also request that you give, because, you know, I do watch you. Obviously, we're not shit like that. But I want you to give a layman's term answer, not a Myron talking to my audience. Okay, here's the question. So I understand a little bit of this association. USA. Or they need to discuss us, whatever. We gotta make that interest in that region. Here's the question, and I want you to answer it that everybody can understand. Do you think that it's us that is shit, man, versus Israel using us? There's a way that I look at this and say, hey, if we want to have power in this region, the only people that would be aligned with our interests are the people who ain't a Muslim country, Israel, and basically needs us. So if I'm thinking that we could use Israel to be pretty much almost like this kind of, hey, yeah, we're not beefing with you. But we could also support them, this and third. But as long as we use, they're the proxy of all our interests. Now, there's the other thing, and I think maybe range, sometimes even they and a couple other people, you guys kind of put out the other way of thinking, which is it's Israel that has all the control, and they use us. And I'm even saying, we got 400 million people. Israel got 10 million. How the fuck does 400? How does 10 million people control 400? What? But I would want you to explain it, and I want to explain it on a very
Yo, the computer is cheating on me, man.
You're gonna lose.
What's just going on?
Yes. I'll sum it up for you. Zionist Jews run America. And the reason why how Zionist Jews run America is because they're in pivotal and high positions of power in every main infrastructure of U.S. society. Whether it's in politics, big tech, finance, media, AI now, they have overrepresentation in all of our
Let's go to defense fuck, boy. How to come over there? Might have you another DJ. I'm delivering. I ain't better though, but you man, how you want, but
Here comes the offense back onto
the
the
institutions, and they use that representation for their own benefit of Israel. And it's not just American Zionists. There's Australians,
Wait, hold on.
etc.
Because he just made a point. So I want to ask this question. So what you just mentioned, what I think is capitalism, right? And like it's, for example, if we get into certain, businesses or certain realms of businesses, we might be like, oh, the Chinese are very, dominant in those areas, or maybe the, people who are Indian descent. Okay, I get what you're saying, that people who are Jewish or whatever, are really important in these areas, but how does that connect to politics? So let's say maybe there's a lot of Jewish representation when it comes to media or whatever else. How does that connect to politics and geopolitical strategy?
What the he made that glad? Boy, that's something beautiful. Okay.
That's really
Yeah, so there's lobbying organizations in America. AIPAC is the most famous one. And
I've heard that. I've heard that. Explain AIPAC. You got to.
It's basically, here, I'll show you right now. Let me show you how brazen these dudes are. Because I can say one thing, but if I show you, you're going to be like, what the hell? So if I go to Google, right? Okay. I type in AIPAC.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's basically a national movement of pro-Israel Americans. It's a lobbying organization, right, that ensures that American politicians that get elected have Israel interests in mind, right? And if you go to their website here, let's see if they took it off or not. Look at this. We stand with those who stand with Israel. AIPAC PAC is a bipartisan pro-Israel political action committee. It is the largest pro-Israel PAC in America and contributes more resources directly to candidates than any other PAC. Look at this. They don't even hide it. 96% of AIPAC PAC candidates won their general election races in 2024. So in other words, whether you're Republican or Democrat, if you are not pro-Israel, it's going to be very difficult for you to actually become a politician of any real consequence in the United States.
Wow.
And the interesting thing is AIPAC doesn't have to register under something called FARA, or the Foreign Agent Registration Act. They're the only country that doesn't have to do that. Every other country does. Yeah. This is what got JFK and his brother killed. But that's a whole other, rabbit hole. But this is just one lobby. There's
okay. So all right. Keep connecting the dots. So let's say I'm a
Stop. Get off my screen.
Why do I care about this? Obviously, I'm making billions of dollars. Music, the movie. Let's say music industry.
I hate these little weak ass running
backs. Because again, you gotta when I hear people, and I've heard you kind of connect the power that maybe some industries that are, say, overrepresented by Jewish people.
That's what I like. These the top running backs.
Because these the people funding it. So are you saying that the guy who owns the music business or who owns the biggest labels, they're the one who's saying, "Hey, I'm going to take the billions I'm earning and I'm going to give it to pro-Israel things"? Is that what he's telling me?
So I'll give you an example right now, right? So you look at this woman here, Miriam Edison, right? This woman is the biggest donor for the Republican Party. Her and her husband, Sheldon,
she's the biggest donor?
Yeah, the Edisons are the biggest donors in the Republican Party.
How'd she get her money?
So she gave Trump $100 million on his last run.
Really?
Right? Yeah. And this is just one of the donors. There's many very wealthy pro-Israel Zionist donors that fund campaigns, and that money's not coming for free. They want you to, they give you that money, hey, we want you to win your election, but when you do your policy, when you do your foreign policy, you need to make sure it's pro-Israel. And that's kind of the money always comes with, expectations.
Wait, so do you have any excuse that it's actually, that type of just straight up arrangement? Like, hey, listen, I'm not giving you this money because I'm nice. You need to be pro, what we got going.
Yeah. I mean, the Zionist donors, they always say, hey, you need to be pro-Israel. And we're only going to donate to candidates that are pro-Israel. Mayor Nelson is one of the big ones.
But did she donate to Trump?
Oh, he ran through my
No, she
house.
donates to the Republican Party. But there's
So you
Democrat
got
donors too, I'm sure. Like George Soros and shit like that. So,
And they all align.
Bill Ackman.
They all align with Israel, influence stuff.
Yeah, so I'll give you an example. Let's use Bill Ackman, right? This dude right here.
I've heard that name.
So Bill Ackman, right? This guy is a lifelong Democrat, right? And he's donated to the Klan campaign, etc. But guess who voted for in the last election? He voted for Trump. Why? Because Trump was more pro-Israel, more aggressive in Israel's current civil war front. So he switched from a Democrat basically to a Republican to put Trump in. And this is what I mean when I say we got very powerful Zionist Jews that live in America. Whose numbers they'll sit there and they'll say, well, I'm American.
I made that change. I put that boy in. I made that.
Like, that's what they care
I
about.
made that play, man.
So again, why? Because they have a very good
That's how you put the folks up, man.
One of the things to understand is like
Keep kicking field goals, man.
we get out of many different societies.
Keep kicking field goals, man. Wait till I get them passes
They got the state of
team.
Israel in 1948. They said, we're going to this for dear life. We're not letting this slip our hands. So
We're trying to get them boys,
from
man.
different places, whether it's America, England, Australia, New Zealand, they all have a very strong affinity to the state of Israel because it's the Jewish homeland, it's the Jewish state in their mind. So no matter where they are, they're going to donate and support the Zionist cause.
Okay. So now let's go to reaction that's pouring in from world leaders this morning who are waking up to a new reality with what happened overnight. We have our CB Cotton, who has been following reaction from all over the world. CB, there's been plenty of reaction here in the United States. Democrats, Republicans split on whether or not this was an illegal or legal move. But around the world, there's also harsh reaction as well. What can you tell us, CB?
Hey, Brian, that's right. Well, this morning, the UN Secretary General released a statement saying he is deeply concerned that international law may not have been respected. As you mentioned, global leaders are watching as all of this unfolds to see what comes next for Venezuela and U.S. foreign policy in Europe. The European Council President released a statement, Antonio Costa, and he said he was following the developments with, quote, great concern, urging de-escalation and respect of international law. Some Latin American countries are also making similar calls. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum reposted the official statement of her country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which condemned the strikes as a violation of the United Nations and called for dialogue, not force. U.S. adversaries are also weighing in. Russia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs writing in part on X, quote, the pretext used to justify these actions are untenable. Russia reaffirms its solidarity with the Venezuelan people. Iran and its supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, which also has a long history of conflict with the U.S. Well, he has rattled off a series of posts this morning about the strike, including one which says in part, quote, what's important is when one realizes an enemy wants to do something like government or a nation with false claims, they must stand firmly against the enemy. But there are also voices of support. Argentina's president, a strong ally of President Trump, wrote, quote, freedom advances. Long live freedom. And in the UK, reform leader and staunch Trump ally, Nigel Farage, he questioned the legality of the attack, but said it may lead to a favorable outcome. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer had more a reserved take, saying he wanted to make it clear that the UK was not involved in these strikes and he believes everyone should uphold international law. He also added that he wants to speak to President Trump and other UK allies. Brian, we're going to monitor it. Back to you.
No doubt. U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Michael Waltz, just putting on X, this is not regime change. This is justice. Maduro was indicted, illegitimate dictator that led a declared narco-terrorism organization responsible for killing American citizens. All eyes on New York City this upcoming week, as well as Caracas, Venezuela. CB Cotton, thank you from the United Nations.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.
A first down run in the red zone. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Okay, so let's talk about another monster record you have for a second. T-Pain, by
that boy a fighter, boy. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Record to this day got something like 500 million views on Spotify, and when the record dropped, I don't even think Spotify exists. No, so that record is crazy. How'd that record come about?
You know, I told this story a few times. I never told it like on this platform for the masses. I always tell people in the business because you know he always storytellers.
Mike play, Mike
not lying. I'm a storyteller.
You work for EA? My play. This guy. Something else.
I'm doing like fuck it. We open the floodgates on any and every fucking thing. So,
something else, man.
We at the answer. What is the antebellum?
Defense. Let's go. Defense. Let's go.
We in Dallas, okay? We in this fucking hotel. I think it's the Antebellum or some shit like that. Anyway, so we about to go do this big ass car show. Maya.
You got me. I turned them inside though. Turned them inside though.
This nigga T-Pain. Oh God.
He hurt. Show that replay. He told me I can't play defense. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
He told me I can't play defense, man.
So
let's go.
BG come down, T-Pain like, hey, shit, BG.
Let's go, man. Let's go, Joseph. Let's go, Joseph.
Flip. And they're like, shut up.
Out of bounds, man. They told me I can't play defense, man. Told me I can't play defense, man.
They was like, put it there. And then nigga Flip was like,
first boot of the day is on its way. He was
called
on 3 times in that loss last week.
He just like this pain, like on some. He was excited, like he was a fan of Flip. Like he was like, nigga, I've been wanting to meet this nigga. Put it there. Like on some white boy shit. Hey, put it there, Charles. Like Flip went put none of that. Flip was like, nigga, and walked off. So I was like, damn. So that shit hurt Pain feelings a lot of people. Not a little bit, a lot of people. We go to the show. Pain go back, he like, man, that shit really fucked me up. Flip. I was like, man, fuck that shit, man. Let me get something to drink. He was like, man, I was like, nigga, drinks on me, nigga, I'm buying all the shots. He was like, man. He was like, man, I knew I fuck with you, bro. You a real nigga, man. You a real nigga going places. He was just talking shit. I go to the bar, get out of the niggas drunk. We have a good ass, right?
I like to play. I like to play.
T.S. at the same time. Bow Wow 2 at the same time. I was on a bunch of tours at one time. When we finally got finished, T-Pain said, hey, man, I need to talk to you about this song. He kept pulling up to the studio. Then everybody said, man, this nigga up there. Shit.
Do it too early.
I told him, they said, this nigga not leaving. Then they said, he's not leaving until you get here. I'm like, you for real. So I'm like, yeah. So when I pull up, see this pretty ass dunk outside. So I go ahead and look, Jack, I gotta say something. Okay, so he had put, damn, what's my boy name? From Atlanta, was right for a bunch of people. Stack Point. Okay, Stack Point. He was like, let me step away. He sounded coming good.
Let me find out Joseph then. Let me Joseph on fire. Joseph on fire, man. Joseph on fire.
It took everything give me the
rest of the. Where's the rest of the team? Where's the rest of the team, man?
So I was just like, okay, that shit went up. So I had to keep my composure because I was just at him pain. Then they started singing, I was like, this out of it. He said, yeah, That's the nigga I love. That's like my brother. But you know, that time we was in Dallas, man. He's like, how can I make a song about buy you a drink? And you probably the only nigga ever bought me a drink. I was like, he's like, you remember that shit? Like,
So, man,
just happened not that long.
y'all stop playing with me, man.
It was like 8 months later. You know, like, I was hurt by that shit, man. Got me all my niggas drunk. He's like, how could I not help a nigga like this? And he was like, respect me. I ain't saying baby can't be repeated. I ain't saying, but if you got the love the stripper, you that food and Jada, I'm like, nigga, you poppin'. But in his mind, he like, I got 4 in. I'm just like, what the guys do? Did the first. Mills, then fits, hit me. They're like, we got the first, we're gonna check it out and call you back. Nigga pull back up to the studio like, y'all, that ain't it. School. You're like, yeah, you rapping. We don't want you to rap. What the fuck you want me to do? You know, we want you to do that jock shit, that lazy rap, pimp shit.
This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky.
And like usually it's going down. So that's why first up, won't you meet me at the bar? Meet me. So I just did that shit. True story. Again, Grand Street champion.
This guy, he ain't stopping, guys. This man got plays everywhere. This guy runs 2 plays. He says he has plays. 2 plays. He runs 2 plays. He said he runs plays. It's unheard of, bro.
Who took it on? Bill Fitz took that shit to Grand Street.
Unheard of, bro. He don't play defense. If we put hot plays on and he had to pick a different play every play, he wouldn't win the game.
That's clear. Like, what are you talking about? That's a fucking hit.
YouTube generation, man. Unbelievable.
Like, nigga, you tripping, nigga. This is the biggest record of the year. And we turned out to be good record. Record was a hit, man. I mean, a certified hit. Game over when I first heard that record. 10. Okay. I be misunderstood a lot. I guess a lot of times I don't shut up. I don't be as transparent as I should say.
Man, get out of here, man. You can't even think, man. Get cooking fucking Paul always fucking hurt, man.
And we see on TV that kind
of these bitch ass running backs running in the game, man. I need to just recruit like 20 running backs, man.
Look, that's why a lot of niggas never heard these stories. The world, these people like close to me have heard these stories, but the world never heard these stories.
I can't run.
Do you miss
the audacity of this guy? I can't run.
Not a lot. You've been doing music for most.
Do you hear yourself? I can't run. You better go look at my highlights. I can't run.
That's human nature. You can hear something that you feel like to make it better, I've made this, I've been creative and this and but when it comes to the music,
go back to the place. Okay?
Man, it's just so
back me up, dog.
I hate fake shit. I hate like when a nigga was supposed to be your brother, but you quote unquote put me on the shit with him shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, she dropped it.
He gives all that kept me gas, spit on it, and you don't.
Okay.
With each other, we on the because I ain't got to rip it out in the last 6 months. I can't get you on the phone no more.
That was a beautiful girl, though.
I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with the big line shit. I just don't. So, to be honest with you, when we get to that part, I'm a chef. What made certain things take place with me?
Fuck ODU.
Got you.
Fuck him.
Wants to throw on first down. And this will be
he dropped it. Okay, I gotta go get some dogs. But I seen something I need to try. I seen something.
Gonna look downfield again. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. This drive was clicking along, but
expect me to play big pimping.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Moves around to clear up the vision.
Oh no. Shit. I didn't realize. It's fourth down. All right, defense. Get out there, defense.
Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So, let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
On the ground, it's Patterson.
Good feeling.
Powers his way for 4 yards.
I don't like it.
And the Wildcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Bowling. Makes the catch, it's Ball. That's the kind of play that can really get you going.
There's supposed to be a guy. Where is the guy?
Off the play fake on 1st down. Punts it out of the air.
Get that shit out of here, man. Where's my middleman? Hey, dude, stay right there, bro.
A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Where did he go? Why does he keep dropping back? It's like he just he'll stay.
This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. The give to the back. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
1st down, you always want to establish the run again. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Ah, good man.
And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. From the red zone, it's Patterson.
Inches. Let's go. We're gonna have to throw it to beat us through that play, man. Fourth quarter, let's go. Fourth quarter, let's go.
Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward.
He didn't make it.
Down, and he'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Play number 9 on this drive. Dropping back, it's Bowling.
You know your outfit.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Caught over the middle, it's Ball. That completion will take him inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. He got it. Touchdown, Kentucky. And here they come.
My boy over. Ran my boy over. Ran my boy over.
Right, that's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side.
I don't even remember speaking with the guy who intentionally impacted me.
Let's talk about Nick Shirley. All right, so I was saying that Nick Shirley.
The U.S. military stormed Venezuela's capital last night and apparently
They're up by a field goal over This story begins just 9 days after the Russian invasion of Ukraine, as an American delegation makes a discreet landing at the airport in Caracas, the capital of Venezuela.
Señoras y señores, bienvenidos a Caracas.
They have a face-to-face meeting with the president, Nicolas Maduro.
J'ai des contacts directs avec
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive
All right, we just tried the world caviar. Now we're going to step it up a little bit further.
Now, how much is this caviar per ounce?
After you eat it, I'm going to do it.
That's right. That's what she said.
That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. Finally, some signs of life from
This actually tastes good.
which has done nothing in the second
It's the
half.
best one thus far. First stepping up.
It's a mild flavor.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, your favorite one?
Leaves it with the back.
That's the one?
That's the one right there.
This might be the best one so far. This one? So what's different about
Zero shots. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes, and running back before he can
And then hot runs.
After this, I'm gonna come change that.
So trainable. Yeah, that definitely happened. Right. Now you were outside of that happened. We all caravan up there, but you know what I'm saying? That was in the Hummer. Them shit was in the Hummer. You know, we trying to battle through traffic. I think it was rush hour traffic that time, like 5 o'clock when people getting out work. We trying to zigzag through traffic, get caught at night. They got away. And right when we pulled up to the gate, they had shut the gate on top. So we like, you know, we surrounded. Everybody got the P-Cross sweatshirts on. We surrounded the whole, wherever the place was. Pop was supposed to get in the war. He wanted the war. He was in there tripping. They went in there, ran around a little bit, did their little thing. Came on out. There was a little standoff at the gate. The pistol was drawn and all that.
Yeah. See, got it. Pulled out a gun. We talked about it on camera.
Yeah.
We talked the thing out. Yo, y'all on the west side. This shit over here right here, man. So I just slid the bomb from him. Because I don't know what dude, you know, what his intention was. You know, he's got the strap, and then we slid over. And I think Reggie may have pulled out a gun also.
Probably so.
Someone on Puffy's side, he's a key for your RC guy to pull out a gun. They had a gun, but he didn't point. He didn't point. He just pulled it out. He just pulled it out, dropped it down. Did what they supposed to do as field security for the vineyard, or for mainly probably for Don Cornelius for the award show. But you know how you have security that's working for the FOI. Yeah, the FOI. They were in the brothers. Puffy ran. Yeah. I don't care what Gene say. He keeps saying that he had Puffy, you know. Puffy ran and got up underneath the car. I pulled up under. And you pointed it out. I'm legal. I'm legal to train. Right. And you've actually shot people on the job. Unfortunately. Yeah. So you pulled out, and what you told them to drop their weapon? I pointed at him and told them, don't raise it. Well, I'm telling them, don't raise that gun, dude. You already got it out. They told me to drop it. I ain't doing police smoke. Telling me don't raise it. And like I said, the Muslims and the pockets telling me, he's trying to pull the gun from me. He's taking, you know, pockets flowers. Trying to take the gun out of my hand. Shoot him, man, shoot him. Gene Deal was there.
And we heard it over the radio. So me and Puff is running and trying to get there. The next thing you know, this little light-skinned Muslim guy stops Puff. And we about to get into it with these Muslim guys. I didn't know what the hell was going on. You know, but I'm not going to let them touch Puff. And they wanted to talk to him, so they surrounded us. And I was like, oh, shit, this shit about to go. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you know, Nation of Islam guys start running, coming from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They backed up and me and Puff took off, running to the corridor. It was a whole mess situation. We was at the gate, they wouldn't let us in. Yeah. Arabs, bro, Muslim. They wouldn't let us in. We was at the gate. Almost made it. Gate.
Were you at the Soul Train Awards?
Yeah.
With the whole,
yeah, we was made.
You don't want the producer on the video dancing.
So, no, that was like that movie before.
Look at what they do.
Got it.
Put their
Yeah.
foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Complete to the right.
What? What are y'all gonna call? Yeah, he passed the line of scrimmage. He passed the line of scrimmage. That's the line of scrimmage. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Except, what you mean?
On that one, and it
Except.
goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Now on second down. Wants to throw. It's Bolden.
Let's go, Zoe. Let's go, Zoe.
Mike Epps doing some stuff.
Let's go, Zoe.
Yeah, Mike Epps. What's so crazy about Mike Epps, right? He is a vision of mine that I saw before the world saw it. Because Mike was a young kid in Atlanta.
Let's go, Zoe.
I was doing my thing back then, and I watched him. Like an agent. I watched him, and then one year I came up to him and said, "Hey, why don't you come up to New York and let's do some business together?" What was so beautiful, he believed in me, and I loved that. And he came up to New York City. He put the work in, he put the grind in, and let's go. Be a very successful man. And he doesn't know that I'm very proud of him because I saw it before anybody. And to see him change his life and to do great things is phenomenal. Like I said, only I know his personal life before he blew up. And I'm proud of you, Mike, and doing his thing. So now we're all actually, after 40 years of being in the game, because I tour with rappers mostly, Jay-Z, the Cash Money Millionaire. This is going to be my first comedy tour with others doing big stadiums. So Mike and my good friend also, TC, they made sure that nobody stood in the way of me getting this opportunity to do We The Ones tour. So ladies and gentlemen, please come check us out. And we're going to tour. Tickets on sale now. Ticketmaster. And we start February. We The Ones. Make sure you check it out. 85 South is on there. Tony Roberts, Mike Epps, myself. I'm just happy that Mike Epps and those guys came back and circled back around and made sure TK got his blessing and salute to him. I think that's beautiful.
Nice. Last question before I let you go. Yeah, switch positions to interview me. One of my members, CD Knowledge, asked, "Were you the inspiration for your system?"
So, ladies and gentlemen, you didn't hear what's going on. When all this podcast shit started, my beard,
too slow.
The people would say, "He looked like Homer Simpson," or I was the hip hop. I was the Forrest Gump of hip hop. I was the jewel dropper, leg spread. These are all the nicknames they got. And I just wanted to tell you, at first I used to kind of be offended by it because I move and think differently. Like I'm not really the jokester kind of guy. Like I can tell a joke on stage, but to take a joke, I'm just not built like that. And like that's why I would never do a roast.
Yeah?
If I was at a roast, I'm about to do a roast. Listen to me. If I was at a roast and motherfuckers started talking about me, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to get the gun. I'm coming back. I'm shooting everybody in the spot. Like, yo, TK can't take a joke. No, I'm just teasing, but I don't do roasts. But I tell them yes, I was the
Yeah, there's actually a rapper that we all know who's having a 60th birthday party roast. He asked me to be one of the roasters. I'm not going to say who it is because that's been announced. Okay. But yeah, I will be roasting.
That's hilarious.
I'm looking forward to it.
No. The evolve is the word today.
Yeah.
To see what you are doing, to see how extremely happy you are. And I told you this long time ago. I told you what was waiting for you. I told you.
Yeah, it's been here.
Yeah.
As I'm arriving to.
I told you. I said, glad when this is over.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I saw it. I'm very seldom wrong, man. Very seldom. And I'm happy for it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
No way. They made him make that. Oh, shit.
And listen, still a ways to go. A great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Liz, this isn't this woman's first run-in with the law. Back in 2023, officials say she was doing something similar in Virginia.
Take a good look. This is 29-year-old Kadisa Salas, a Palm Beach County woman, and who officials believe is the mastermind behind a nationwide SIM swap scam. She's accused of hijacking the phone numbers of more than 50 people across the U.S., stealing personal information and making unauthorized financial transactions.
They're basically stealing your privacy and your identity and your money without ever having to step into your home to do it.
But how exactly does it work? Tech expert Craig Agranoff said.
Hey, man. What you got for your commentary?
But don't click it. The dude send you certain you know what I'm saying, basically all the access to your devices and start doing shit with them, right? So make sure you're being careful and make sure you're not just talking to anybody who's calling your phone, because that's how they typically get you. But some people do send you certain things that you can click on and it'll do the same thing. You know, they basically have like full access to your phone by just you clicking something. If you know you ain't ordered no damn package, please don't click it. I mean, they say you missed a delivery. If you ain't ordered nothing, you should know not to do shit. But anyway, but long story short, she basically was sentenced to 20 years. So this whole situation is just crazy because a lot of different people are saying a lot of different things about the whole situation. And from what I have seen, she was off 12 years in the beginning. She didn't take that, and she ended up getting 20 years. And I think she's a mother of 5 or 6, and I'm mistaken. I will have information as the video progresses. I'm kind of doing a lot of shit video, please. So I can't remember.
How you know you did the fraud here, and you don't take the fucking plea?
Decision time, baby.
She had a public interview with too, and they're
he dropped it. I need to go get some athletes. Miss Kim, man. I need to go get my athletes, man. I need to go get my athletes.
That's what I'm gonna do behind the scenes while this video goes. But basically, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to this, I just wish she would have just took whatever they offered her.
Yeah, she should have took the offer.
It'll be gone for 20 years.
20 years.
But it was the way to get into the whole video. Like I said before, this is basically a timeline. It's not that long, but you know, it is.
They do the fraud, but they don't even lead a country.
Time now for today's local trending stories.
A Palm Beach County woman has been arrested for orchestrating a complex fraud scheme that exploited more than 50 victims nationwide. One victim was a man on Palm Beach. Kadisa Salas was arrested this week, accused in that man's case. She would allegedly hijack victims' phone numbers to carry out money transfers while also taking personal information. Palm Beach police later found the evidence at her home in Westlake. She is charged with fraud. Palm Beach County woman faces felony charges tonight, accused of orchestrating a fraud scheme and exploiting more than 50 victims across the country. CBS 5's Jamaica Gibson joins us now from the Palm Beach Police Department with the latest on the suspect. Jamaica?
Okay. I know you're coming. I know you're coming, my boy. But you're going to play quarterback for me. You're not going to play receiver. You're going to play quarterback. You're going to play quarterback for me. I know you can catch the ball. You make a hell of a receiver, though, but boy, my boy, you're going to play quarterback.
They're basically
How we looking?
and your identity and your money.
Miami coming. Miami coming.
Tech expert Craig Agranoff says it could start.
Okay, hold on. So, like I told you, I was behind the scenes with information on this whole situation. So I done run across this page.
Miami coming.
On Instagram. I shot him at it again over there. But basically, the page is posting on this her sister.
He's good.
It's responding to everything because
he's good.
The internet talking bad about it.
He's good.
I'm trying to keep it all the way 100.
You should be signed soon.
I'm gonna download the sister. She talking about. add this to the
Can't wait till you
video.
get in, bro. You gonna start.
I see them kind of like trying to debunk the sister, saying shit against the sister too. So
Okay, he's good.
let me
He's signed.
matter of fact,
He's signed.
in
He's
this
gonna
video,
sign.
I'm gonna download.
Okay, we're gonna get them big
This
boys that
video
tied in.
as is.
Yes, sir.
And I see that they also have 18 pages of the court documents.
Why
I'm
he
gonna slow them at the end and probably make it like a video of them so y'all can sit there and read all 18 pages. That way you'll know for yourself and decide what you decide, what you see. But let me go ahead and get into these. All right, y'all. So look, I'm back. I downloaded the sister's video. Now, a couple of things that I did hear her say in the beginning, I didn't see, because I read some of these pages of this paperwork. I didn't see that the co-defendant, which is allegedly her husband, told her.
Her husband told on her.
Where she kind of implemented him, saying that it wasn't her who did all of this shit. It was basically him. Hey, but I'm gonna see what the sister has to say all together. But like I said, I'm gonna have it down there. I'm gonna have it at the end of the video. But I'm gonna also show y'all the lifestyle, how she was living and shit too, so y'all can see what the hell was going on. And this probably kind of alerted authorities as well too, for a lot of different shit. But it's victims that were going hard trying to get her ass in some shit. Let's get to it though.
Something as simple as a phone call.
Call or text from someone pretending to be your phone carrier. So let's just say you're at AT&T. They trick you into sharing a code that they get sent to your phone. That code will allow them to forward your number to a new SIM card that they do control.
And what happens next is out of your control.
Once they hijack your number, they can bypass two-factor authentication, reset your password, and drain your bank accounts or crypto wallets within minutes.
Wow. That's exactly what officials say Salis did to a Palm Beach man, robbing him of nearly $200,000. Experts say there are ways to protect yourself and signs to be on the lookout for.
What you should do is set up a PIN with your mobile carrier. It's usually a free extra layer of protection. But also want to call attention to a sudden loss of service. So if your phone loses signal unexpectedly, it can mean that somebody just swapped your SIM card.
Cigarettes are being charged with fraud and using a person's identification without their consent. Reporting live in Palm Beach, Jamaica Gibson, CBS 12 News.
And I know some people that really ain't get to what's going on with these phones. You're possibly thinking like, damn, don't they got to take a physical SIM card and put it in your phone? No, they have eSIMs now. So it's way easier to switch phones and shit like that. Like, you literally just need a little bit of information just to switch the SIMs. But let's get into the sister's video. Let's go.
Oh, no, don't touch.
It's not good. Even in the video, you guys are from okay, and she wanted me to get back on this material what happened, and all that shit seeing, and also she said to all the supporters that are looking for her and praying for her. She said that you guys are not bad judgment on the situation and just, actually having a heart for her. And we're going to talk support for her, like letters, cards, because at the end of the day, 20 years is a long time for a British man. We will get our solution. Also, we want to help her. We get our issue that will lead to her being, being good by her. That's okay. That's acceptable. If you don't lawyer them on the case or help us out the case, they can reach out to us. And for y'all, the ones that is accurate, it's the co-defendant, this is the husband. So y'all, the news didn't mention him, they didn't say nothing about him. They say anything, they just talked about the facility, but like to mention that he had co-defendant. Okay, now since serious charges. And also here is his copy of his arrest affidavits, and this is going to prove everything that I said in the video. And you guys can see that Khadijah name was mentioned on the last one, and that's because she was the in-house girlfriend of the investigation they were interested on him. Facts. She was trying to see that the investigation wasn't even her investigation, that she got caught into her husband's investigation, all just because she was living right. They had to follow him on ATMs, gas stations, phone house, and they tracked him all the way from their house, which led to her being investigated and now arrested.
Okay, so maybe I didn't get the chance to see that part of it. I do see something about basically him in there. But really, they're making her the ring leader. So that's why she's getting the most time and things like that. Now, he played out from what I seen. He got like 15 months. He got like less than 2 years in this whole situation. But she ended up getting the most because I guess they're trying to hit her with the main character in this whole ordeal that's going on. So, yeah, that's why certain things look a certain way. I'm guessing that she's trying to say.
What happened?
I took this and this away from you.
Okay, thank you.
But I read a letter.
Thank you. Good job.
That she, look, I'm behind the scenes with all type of shit. I read a letter that she wrote, and basically it looks like she was implementing him and making him and someone else, other people, I guess, the ring leaders, not her. So, I mean, they're going to kind of look at it like she's snitching. You know, find some of these comments on that damn page I was telling y'all about a while ago. Basically, the comment says, IDK, these people, look, this is a lie. The records are public, so, yeah, she said that the records are sealed or something like that. It says, I have read them, and the facts are that they got arrested because of her. The accounts led back to her. Everything led back to her and was found in her possession, such as a purse, etc. Check the discovery packet.
What else you got? What else you got?
It said it's 15 months and 6.
of you play this game already?